about Brady going to Tampa Bay, which, I think shocked a lot of people, but now we're seeing him move into Derek Jeter's place. We're seeing him get kicked out of parks. I mean, he's there, he's in Tampa. But we're going to see Tom Brady and Peyton Manning with Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods. And I just feel like when you put Phil together with Tom, you got a lot of talking there. You got two guys that are going to do a lot of chirping. And then I think on the other side, you're going to have Peyton versus Tiger, two guys who I see as they're going to get locked in. I mean, Tiger's going to get hyper competitive, probably not smile at anybody. Peyton's supposed to be the lighten Tiger up guy because he's funny in commercials and on SNL. But I think I got to say right now, in the early stages before this event actually happened, I think I'm taking Brady and Mickelson right now.
You're handicapping this. This is the first prediction on the books. Did you happen to see Brady and Manning hitting golf balls on one of Peyton's Places episodes?
I did at your house, yes.
At my house. And you could see the respect they had for one another. I thought they did a great job of talking about and reflecting on their careers and how much one meant to the other. It was really strong. I like your handicapping. I think Peyton's going to be another chirpy guy in this thing. I do. I think we know that Tiger, that's not how he usually plays golf. We saw it in the first matchup with Phil. Phil tried to engage Tiger early on, create a little smack talk, and then Phil kind of had the edge early in the match, and things got very quiet the rest of the way. Phil went on and won, and that little pitch off they had at the end. But I'm going to watch it. I think it's great that, again, we've got not only some programming to give us something to sit back and watch, and it's an interesting blend. Two golf legends, two football legends. I think and the best thing of all, they're doing it for charity. No one's taking a check. All the money's that's going to be raised, I'm sure they'll be having all kinds of avenues that night for people to pitch in. It's a good thing. Good for them.
I think Peyton's sense of humor and Phil's sense of humor, which we've gotten to learn a lot more about in the last couple of years as Phil has taken to Twitter and done his fireside chats.
Amazing.
I think Phil's sense of humor offsets Peyton's sense of humor. And I think Tiger's intensity meets up with Tom Brady's intensity. And I actually think this is going to be a really fun, competitive thing to ultimately watch.
Well, here's the problem. You're sending out already a prediction. We don't even know what the format is. Like, is every ball in play? Is it better ball? Or are the quarterbacks getting strokes? Is it alternate shot? Is it a scramble? I mean, that's pretty bold of you to go out there on a limb and make a prediction. I don't even know how they're playing the game.
It's all personality based. My whole prediction is based on personality. Okay, let me throw a couple more things at you.
Yeah.
Okay. There was an article written here recently in San Diego about your favorite sports books. So I do this bit every Monday morning on KUSI television, and the morning host, Paul Rudy, said to me, "What's your favorite sports book?" So I said, I can't decide on one. So I give him three. I Never Played the Game by Howard Cosell. And I love this picture of Howard and the toupee and the cigar. And this one is one that
never played the game. It's on my shelf right over here.
Yeah. This one's wrapped in plastic. My grandfather gave it to me. This one, the legendary Dick Enberg, who I know both of us love very much and we miss very much. And I think about Dick all the time. Well, that didn't sound right. And then lastly, this is the one my dad's reading right now. Look at this dashing young man. Look at this beautiful head of hair on this guy. Look at this guy. And look, and the turtleneck is sexy, man. These are some of my favorite sports books.
Well, thank you for when you said favorite sports book. I'm just glad. I thought you were talking about some, again, handicapping system and getting some action down in some games. I didn't know where you were going. That's for another show. But I appreciate that. I mean, I know how much Mr. Enberg meant to you, and he did to me. We've commiserated many times on your show about how much we miss him. He was just a wonderful guy. I was so fortunate to be able to have him as a part of the CBS family for the latter stages of his career. Mm-hmm. And it still feels like he should be here. He just died suddenly a year and a half ago. And Howard Cosell, I love those books. I think he wrote 3 of them. That was, I believe, the first one. There was Cosell by Cosell. And I met him as a young kid and was eager to run up and tell him that I had read his books. And he was nice. He was nice. I met him at a banquet. It was a sports banquet in Houston. and they were in town. He and Frank and Dandy Don, and he came to speak to the Houston Touchdown Club, and I got a ticket, and I got to go to it. And he was sitting on one of those long daises, and I just stood in line and walked up, and he was signing things, and they were trying to shoo you along, get back to your table, but I had to hang in there, and I got to walk over and meet the man, and he was, there are a lot of things you hear about Howard Cosell, but my memory of him is a very strong one, good one, always with admiration for his skill level, but because he treated me in a kind way, that's never left me. His grandson, by the way, is an aspiring broadcaster in New York named Colin Cosell. A great guy. He's got a lot of ability, and it's a shame as time marches on, Howard Cosell and those of us who still remember what he was like and how big of a career he had fades a little bit more every year, but we're basically the same age. We watched him on Monday Night Football, and he was a huge star and a contrarian, opinionated, but a man who stood for a lot of justices, seeking justice in sports and society and all that, and I admired him.